Okay, I'm doing this again on my own. I think I chopped my head off in one of them, but you know, getting somebody to help me to just say, Paul, just pop round there, see if I'm chopping my head off in that video. And what do you say?
Can't say on camera.
It ends in off, does it?
Yeah.
Because you're busy. We're always all too busy. Anyway, a lovely couple, Paul and Jill, came in the shop. I think it's Paul and Jill, I'm sure it's Paul and Jill, came in the shop with a lovely little dog, and they brought these boots in. They'd been to, oh, I should have done this before. Is it NPS shoes? NPS, NP, NCP? NPS. Yeah, fabulous. And they do the Solovair, like a Doc Martin, but I think the original. Anyway, they've been to the factory there. They'd bought some shoes and boots or whatever, and they'd had at some point bought a nice pair of boots from them. Jill had, and she'd worn them down, so they'd been back to the factory and bought the sole units, brought them in and said, you know, can you fit these for us? And I said, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, no problem. So they provided the sole units. And this one's actually done. It's got the sole unit on. It's a little bit higher than the other one. Lovely soft material. This one is quite hard, and I'd have thought that was quite slippy, especially with all these screws in there. Can you see the screws in there? You know, if I had somebody stood behind there, they'd be zooming in now, but seeing as though I haven't, Paul's grinning away. That's the one with the new screws in, but it's a softer material, very much like the Doc Martin material. And it's bonded together. Is everything looking good in there? And is it my head's chopped off? Okay, yeah. Okay, so
wishful thinking on a bit hard.
Yeah. So when it comes, and this is going to be a DIY repair at some point, but when it comes to getting these off, we have a few ways of getting them off. One is to get them red hot. The other is to use this material here. This here, stripper comes off material, and we just pull a little bit of tension on there, and we see that this is glued, and straight away it starts to open because the glue, this is attacking the glue. Now we could do this with heat, but we'd use quite a lot of electricity with the heat, and it's not budging. Why is it not budging? The other one budged. Let's just use a knife just to get in a little bit. That's it, just see. You know, I thought this might be an interesting video of how to strip soles off of a pair of boots, but absolutely doesn't want to know. Anyway, we'll save that for another time. Oh, we don't have to save it for another time. How you doing? Parcel Force. Do you want to stick your head round, say hello? Are you sure? Right, not with them legs you won't, no. Right, okie doke. So, the alternative, we'll go like it was a Doc Martin and cut into there. I'll move that out of the way because it didn't work. For some reason it didn't work. It worked on the other one though. We cut into there, peel that back and just touch the top of the sole. It's all a little bit awkward this because I'm not on the last, but you know, what I'm trying to show is that this is something. We can turn this into a DIY repair. So we strip the sole off, and what I'm doing here is carefully just cutting the little bit between the sole and the welt. Just cutting the tiniest little bit here where it's bonded, and Yep. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Oh, just a minute. Look at that. Oh God, we've got to have a little show of that. Look at that. That's a delivery going out. All different shoes. Some repairs, some new shoes going out all over the world. And cutting. Oh, it cuts like butter. It really does, this plastic. It cuts like butter. Carry on, just round the last little bit there. Take the sole off. Machine all this smooth. Glue it up, bob it on. Job's a gun. Shelling peas. Yeah, I'll stop it there and we'll come back to this. I'll stop it because nobody else wants to come and stop it for me. What are you smirking at? On his phone. Hey, lovely.
First second I've had today, no lunch.
No lunch.
Trying to meet that guy that's just gone.
Yeah, well done. Well
Pressure,
done.
pressure on.
Are you under pressure, kid?
Not now, not when I was been, and they're all 9 pairs have gone on it.
Got all your notes across there. I love that, yeah.
Promote.
Don't spoil it.
It takes 10 minutes to serve people because they have to read all notices.
I'm keeping out of them now. Yeah. Okay, so we're on the last now, carrying on with these Gripfast, are they? Gripfast, yeah. So we're on the last now, only because it's easy. You could do this on the bench. It's not, and all we're doing is just cutting it. I did try, as you saw on that video, I did try and get some glue on because the other one here was glued. This one's all done now with the new sole on. That one was bonded on, and I was able to get some stripper in there, and it just peeled off. So whether it had a repair at some point or not, but this is
Split like they always do.
yeah, sometimes they do split, but that's mainly Doc Martens, not these Solovair. And this so this, God, this is going to be a crap video. This is oh man, right, okay, so yeah, this is just a bit different than a Goodyear welted shoe. So we're just cutting into there, cutting gently, something that we could easily do at home. Cut these units off, and we could actually bond a new unit on quite easily. And I'm going to do a video of how easy that would be. Not that I'm taking any business away from anybody. If you want, most people will be interested to see this, but they'll have it done elsewhere anyway. Right, so we're just cutting this off here. This is vulcanized or, like welded, and we would have it looked like a soldering iron, electric supply going to it, and the blade got red hot, and you would run it round, and it would, you could take the old sole off with it, you could put the new sole on with it, and you would put the sole on and run it round, and it would get red hot, smoke like fury, and weld the unit to it. But the glues are that good nowadays, you just glue it. We bond them on, and they bond on beautifully, and I really mean they do. The glue is fantastic, the PVA glue. Anyway, let's just finish getting this off of here. I can hear Paul rustling some sweetie papers behind me.
You can hear Jeff rumbling that you're using a Stanley.
I can hear Jeff moaning that yeah, you've not got a Barnsley knife on, but I could pretend and use a Barnsley knife. I think there's one kicking about somewhere. I bet there's loads of them. Right, so that unit is off. That unit is off, and what we've done is we've cut into the unit, protected the welt. So have a look there. Look, yep. So we've got to machine down to this level here now, ready for the unit going on. So we'll just go onto the machine now and get this all nicely prepared. There you go, that's all machined down. There's no welt stitching to be exposed on these. and we will take it round over there and glue it all up with the PVA glue, no primer needed. Give this a little bit of a rub down, bond it on with a little bit of heat. That sole unit will go on there beautifully, and then just machine round it, and that will be done. And yeah, job sorted. What else do we have to show you? Oh, we just stripped these heels off a pair of boots. So a pair of boots, strip the heels off, brand new boots, having a rebuild, and look at the difference. The difference in those, yeah. So that was on a pair of boots. You probably, you wouldn't notice this if you were buying these boots, but yeah, you would expect the manufacturers.
Handmade, don't it?
Yeah, it does show you that they're very handmade. Yeah, not by Paulie's hand though, because that wouldn't do to be that far out on a pair of heels. Anyway, that's the end of that video. Yeah, not the best video we've done, I don't think, but just something a little bit different. I talked to you about doing this as a DIY job. We're going to do something a little bit special with that, and yeah, get killer on the go.
Sorry, did you estimate or?
I've put this on the last, but you don't need to. Don't need to put it on the last. Don't need to have a press. If all your gluing and your scouring up is good. Just check everything's gone together. Sealed up nice. Beautiful. Okay, so don't chop me head off, Ducky, will you? Okay.
It's not my first day on job.
Well, I've just deleted a video. But anyway, we won't go there while you...
You didn't put the microphone
The what
on,
microphone
not
on?
me.
The what microphone?
The microphone.
The microphone, right. Okay, so you saw us putting the soles on, and then we came on to here and we ground a beautiful... Come in and have a look. We ground a beautiful, nice edge on those, on the rough band, and then we went on to the smooth band all the way around nicely, and then to get a little bit of a nicer finish, while it was still warm, we went on to the brush and brushed a nice edge on there, and they've turned out lovely. A nice repair, not what everybody wants to see, but it's just something different. This is what we do at the Shoe Healer. We do all sorts of bits and bobs. Next job on my list is taking all the eyelets out of here, getting rid of the speed hooks, switching those to bright brass. And what else have we got? We've got all sorts. Oh, look at these. These are fancy boots there. Nice looking boot. Come in for a cover sole and the brass toe plates in the front. Obviously not finished yet. Paul's chelping away there, sucking on his Worthingtons. All right, lovely. Thank you very much for our coffees. It's brilliant. I'll do a shout out to the people that have sent us something for a coffee. It's really good of you. We do like our coffees, and Paul likes his tea.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, so these are done. I'll just get some photos of them, and yeah, another job sorted.